was not easy, like leaving home. But I feel like that was the best thing that I could do. I'm not scared to start my business over. You're gonna miss family. Man, honestly, fuck the family.
A baddie on whatever.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lay, and I'm back with another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about my big move to a new state. I don't know if you're thinking about moving or you just want to know how my journey has been so far. Either way, I'm going to be going over good tips for if you are thinking about moving and all of the pros and cons for when I did move. I was in Miami for 9 years. I moved there straight from Chicago, but I was raised in Indiana. So like that just wasn't something I wanted to do. I did not want to stay at home. So it was like, okay, I need to make something happen for myself. Moving to South Florida was a huge adjustment for me. I just remember 18, I started working. My first job there was at the casino. And this casino was like a big thing. This was a big deal. It was celebrities there all the time. So I had to really get used to the fast life so fast. Moving from somewhere where you never see celebrities to moving somewhere where you always see them, it was just like a huge adjustment for me. I feel like it just taught me etiquette. It taught me class. It taught me like how to not be so easily impressed. One of the places I used to work, they had a tournament. And everybody just screaming, going crazy. Ah, Beyonce. I'm just like I'm trying to get to the fucking break room. Like it just becomes a norm. It also taught me like how to keep myself up, how to keep myself together. I feel like if I was still living back home, I just know I wouldn't be coming how I be coming. Like I be coming hard, and I love that for me. It was a lot of foreigners. South Florida has a lot of foreigners. It's damn near not many Americans. Like if they are American, their parents or their grandparents have like other background. You got a lot of islanders. You got Cubans, Jamaican, Haitian, Russian, Trini, everything. A lot of Hispanics. Everybody speak another language. So that was a lot, but I did adjust. I never learned a second language. I just shit. If we understand each other, we understand each other. If we don't, we don't. And that's just how it was. I'm happy that I left home because I feel like I was very uncomfortably comfortable there. Like all my family was there. I'm the second oldest of 8. So I come from a big family. I'm the oldest. It was not easy like leaving home. But I feel like that was the best thing that I could do. I couldn't be my best version for my brothers and sisters if I wasn't my best version for myself. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I had to show up for me so I could show up for them type shit. I did miss them. That was a transition. You're gonna miss family. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, my family, like, man, honestly, fuck the family. Fuck the family, because if the family was on the same move that you on, they would be making the same moves that you're making. You get what I'm saying? Like in that moment. Everybody's moments be different. Like I'm not saying just because they're not thinking about it right now that they're not going to think about it later. Just right now, you're on that. So if right now you're thinking about moving or making that shift or making that adjustment, whether it be for work, whether it be for recreational reasons, whether it just being for just wanting to see what else is out there, make it while you have the urge to do it. Because I'm not going to lie, once that urge is gone, sometimes it be leaving forever. So you don't want that to happen. Me, I'm a very spontaneous person, so it's not really easy for an urge to go. Like I already have my cities lined up. Like I'm a very I always like to have multiple options. I'm just like that in everything that I do. You always want to have a backup option because you never know how your first pick is gonna go. You get what I'm saying? I always knew, like at first I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to go to Atlanta. Atlanta was my first place I always wanted to go. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to be in Atlanta. I ended up in Florida. Once I got to Florida, I was like, okay. I started thinking bigger. I started thinking, okay, I want a house. My ideal house in Miami gonna run me damn near $1 million because the cost of living is way more higher there. So I said, okay, it's either I'm gonna have to settle for a house that I don't want, or I'm gonna have to make another move. Okay, I made the move to Houston. Right now the market is high, but I have no other reason to be in Houston outside of the house part. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, make sure you think everything thoroughly through so that you don't find yourself bouncing around, especially if you're one of those people that you can easily be stagnant. Like if you're one of those people that will just be like, oh, well, I'm here. It is what it is. Yeah, you need to think your thoughts all the way through. If you're one of those people, think your thoughts all the way through. But if you like me, where it's like, okay, if this don't work, boom, I'll move somewhere else. Like I'll move all across the world. I'm that type of person. Like I will move wherever to, just to feel that whatever I feel is missing, I'm gonna research and I'm gonna be like, I feel like I can find that here. I'm not scared to move around. I'm not scared to up and leave. I have a whole business. I'm not scared to start my business over somewhere else. A lot of people have a lot of fears, and fears will stop them. When I moved to a new state, I was in a whole relationship. You want to have options with that too, because especially if you at a young age, because you don't want to move somewhere with somebody, and then, you know, we're constantly changing, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. You can move somewhere with somebody, but if you're so wrapped up in that relationship, sometimes you'll kind of get deterred from what you actually need to be doing, and it can be a distraction, or that other person could end up wanting to go down another path. You want to have a together plan, but you also want to have your own individual plan for you, just in case things don't go as planned as a couple. So you always want to have a backup with that. Part of my life in Miami, like lots of luxury, a lot of partying. That's why when people be like, oh, Houston is about to be, it's like everything that people get so hyped up about having in Houston, I already did it. Like I already did it in Miami. So I feel like I would appreciate Houston a little bit more if I had moved straight from like Chicago, Indiana. If I had moved straight from home, my first home, to Houston, I would appreciate it more. But because I didn't came from Miami, like I'm missing the palm trees, I'm missing the luxury, I'm missing the this, I'm missing seeing Lamborghinis every day. Like it's a lot of shit that I'm missing. So it's like that fast, that real fast life, like I'm missing it. So that's why I said I ain't gonna get into Houston too much, because I feel like I've been kind of home. I was homesick the whole year, and I was traveling the whole year, so I didn't even give it the chance. So this is gonna be my actual year. Like December will actually make the mark where I've been in Houston and haven't been traveling everywhere. So that was just last month. This year will be my official year where I give Houston a try and see how it's working. But if I don't like Houston, I already have 3, 4, 5 more states that I have lined up of where I'm gonna go next. Like I'm just always prepared like that. You don't want to be one of those people that just gets too comfortable. You need to feel every, like I talk about voids, you need to feel every void. Any void that you feel, you need to fill that thing up. Fill it up. And also know your reasons. Why do you want to leave? Like for me, why I wanted to leave, for one, I felt like it wasn't for me. I feel like I didn't fit. I just felt like it was more to life than what I was around. Like my environment just didn't match me. Like it just didn't match my aesthetic or my lifestyle that I wanted for myself. Two, more money. Like I want to be somewhere where getting money is normal. I don't want to be in an environment where if I got money, I stand out. No, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be the person in the neighborhood with the most money. I don't want to be in the person in the neighborhood with the most this, that, and the third, or you just can pocket watch me. Like, I don't want to be like that. Was it easy? Hell no. Nah. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. My first year, I was damn near homeless. My first whole year. But I always told myself, like, this is temporary. I always know bad times is temporary. Like you got to be one of those people. You got to be confident in knowing that a bad time is temporary. You cannot be like, oh my gosh, it's going bad. This is over with for me. Blah blah blah. No, you have to know like this shit is temporary. This bad time is temporary. This is not gonna last forever. And I always knew that. Like I was sleeping on the beach. I used to work overnight, 11 to 8. When I get off at 8, I go sleep on the beach. They'll think I'm just a regular person visiting the beach. No, a bitch was homeless. Like a bitch didn't have nowhere to go. And it's a touchy subject, but it just shows like you can endure anything if your mind lets you. Like if you got a free mind, you got a free spirit, you can get through damn near anything. But even now, like if I have a bad time, you won't even know it. If I'm going through something, you won't even know it, because in my mind, that shit been over. Even while I'm going through, it's already over. You got to know that up here. So it takes a lot of like mental strength. Like you got to be strong minded. Don't be afraid to connect and network. Me, I still haven't got over that fear. I don't like people. I'm a more so solo person. Every time I try to do something with other people, they don't see the dream out as big as me, so they don't put forth the effort that I need them to put forth. So that's why I go like 100-fold behind every idea or everything that I want to do. But I'm working on that, and I'm working on just learning how to collab better with people who are similar or like-minded like me. You don't want to get too caught up. Like if you moving somewhere where it's real fast, you don't want to get caught up in that fast life for real. You got to be smart. I'll just put it that way. Like you got to be smart. You can't be one of these people that just get easily influenced by people, or you just so naive. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, moving to Miami, them people will chew you up and spit your ass right back out. You don't have your own backbone, if you don't have a mind of your own, if you real gullible and vulnerable, overly vulnerable, yeah, they gonna act right on it. Everything is, what can I get out of you? What can you do for me? That's what it's about. But anybody who live there knows that you're gonna find your good mix of people, but for the most part, they trying to rent high, bills due. A bitch trying to see what can you do for me? How can you benefit me? That's how I go. You want to be able to see that in a person so that you don't find yourself getting fucked over in a whole bunch of drama. Like, I know people who moved out there and they was in hella drama, but then I know people who moved out there and shit worked out perfectly fine. I met a lot of cool ass people. I'm one of those people, I don't really like being in the mix like that. Like, I have my fun, but I'm very selective on who I hang out with. So I didn't really have that problem of, oh my God, I'm always in some shit. I never had that problem because I'm not, my personality is not like that. Now, if you're one of those people that your personality is you still trying to find yourself and you don't know who you are and you trying to find yourself through other people, you one of those people, you're gonna have some trouble, especially in a big city like that, because people can smell that. They're like, she don't know herself. All right, I'm finna turn her all the way out. You don't want to find yourself in situations like that, especially in a big city. Oh, people always ask me this: how much money did you have saved up? I was 18. I didn't have no money saved up. I probably had $300. Honestly, I went out there with nothing, but I ended up getting a job. Like I said, I got the job at the casino, so I was good. Like I was making, I don't know how I was surviving off $11 an hour. I really don't know how I was surviving off that, but your girl budget's really good. You feel me? Because I was making that work. And I saved up and I ended up getting my own apartment. So you can, if you have good money management skills. This is where people go wrong. They be like, I gotta have it all together. You don't have to have it all together. You're never gonna have it all together. It's never gonna be all together. So even if I always tell myself, boom, if I wanna move somewhere and I really wanna be there and I can afford it, I'm gonna do the roommate thing. Because it's the roommate thing could go one or two ways. Boom, it could work out, boom, it cannot work out. If it does work out, great. If it don't work out, boom, that'll motivate you to get your shit together and get the fuck out. So it's gonna be good. It really depends on how you look at things. Do I like roommating with people? No. Will I roommate with somebody? Hell yeah. To get where I need to go? Hell yeah. I'll do a quick 3 months because I know it's gonna just take me 3 months. No more than it ain't gonna take me more than 3 months to get on my feet. And I know that about myself. So you gotta have that same faith and confidence in yourself if you're thinking about moving. And it's okay to have fun, but always remember your goal. Don't forget your fucking goals. Like, don't forget what your reasoning is. And you don't gotta set no crazy ass goals. It don't gotta be no, responsible over the top goals. Hell no. Now if you have like children and other responsibilities, okay, you're gonna have to tighten up a little bit. But if you good, you good. So don't overthink it. They're not, people are a little antisocial, I'm not gonna lie. But once they see you cool, they let their guard down. Like when I first moved there, I was just like, why nobody talking? Why nobody smiling? What the fuck is this? And then after I was there for like a year or two, I was like, okay, these people not that bad. But when I first got there, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, these people are antisocial. Everybody from somewhere else. I just felt out of place. Like I just felt like I was the foreigner. I felt like I was the foreigner. That's what I always remember. But then what I also learned to appreciate was it's black people that speak other languages. It's black people from other cultures. And I don't know, that was fascinating to me. That was like, oh my God, whole black girl speak another language. Like you black, but you speaking Creole. Like Haitians speak Creole, and Jamaicans they speak Patois. And you got broken English and all this. It's still English, but it's different. Like it's an accent with it. And I don't know, that was just so sexy to me. Keep your head on straight. Stay focused. You will be just fine. Don't be worrying about, oh my God, how I'm gonna move, what I'm gonna do. Don't go into panic mode. Don't panic. If you want this for yourself, make that move. Make that move. Because let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you straight up. If you want to move because right now you're struggling, or you going through a hard situation, or you going through whatever, either way you struggling. Either way you struggling. So you might as well make that move. Either way you in a fucked up situation. So you might as well make that move. You waiting because you scared. You're not waiting because you thinking it ain't gonna be right, because it's already not right now. So what's the difference of it not being right now where you at, where you used to, and it not being right somewhere new? When you get a whole new outlook on life, I'm gonna let you know right now, when you somewhere new that you're not familiar with, your horizons brighten a little bit. Like me moving to Florida and just seeing the palm trees had me like, and it's a tree. Now I see them palm as regular. Your girl became a Florida girl. I miss Florida a lot. It definitely feel like, it don't even feel like a second home. It feel like first home, because I got so used to it and I got so like, I don't know, I love it. Um, and it's the first place where I really felt in control of my life. Like if you come from like a background and you just want to get away, like most of the time people want to move, they just want to get away from family. If you're in a situation like that and you just want to get away from family, the best thing to do is move away. Just move away. Move away. check in on your family when you do. When I was in a homeless situation, I didn't talk to my family for the whole year. The whole year. I check in when I check in. I try to go home once a year, yeah. I check in on them. Hey, they didn't even know. Like, they didn't even know. To this day, if a family member watches, that'll probably be their first time hearing about it. They didn't know what I was going through because there's no point in talking to people about what you're going through because, yeah, it's good to have advice, but most of the time people don't even know how to give you advice on something they haven't even went through. So it's like, separate, focus on yourself, get in tune with you, all that good stuff. You need to move away, move away. Moving away not gonna hurt you. You don't want to leave home because you got so much support at home. All right, leave. And if you got so much support, if things don't go right to wherever you move to, you can go back to your support. Don't be scared to make that move. Don't be scared to step out. Don't be scared to branch out. How I looked at it, family just always got comfortable. Like, my family was very comfortable where they were, and it's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I always saw something bigger for myself. Like, I always saw, like, even now, like, now I'm doing, let other people tell it I'm doing amazing, but I still see something bigger for me. Like, it's always a bigger picture. So if you see something bigger for you, you feel like where you are, it just don't feel right. You'll feel it. You'll feel like, this ain't for me. Like, you just gonna feel it like this ain't for me. If you feel like that, definitely explore your options. We got 50 states that we can move to freely. So explore those 50. Small town girl, moving to a big city like that was a huge adjustment. If you're one of those people that's thinking about moving, the first thing I want to say is just don't be scared. Move to a new space. Don't think too much on it. You're gonna struggle wherever you at. Like, we all go through different stages. If you're in that stage of struggle, it doesn't matter where you are. You gotta get through that stage. So if you want to get through that stage in a new state, by all means, do it in a new state. Don't overthink. And another thing, don't let family hold you back from your move. Like, I didn't tell my mom until like 3 days before my move. I didn't tell her until 3 days. I was like, yeah, mom, I'm moving to Florida. And I literally bought me a cash car and I drove to Florida. That was my first time really driving on the highway and everything. Don't be scared to just do it. Like, don't be scared to just do it. Just get out there and do it. And at the time, I was 18. So it's like, if an 18-year-old could do it, take that leap of faith. I'm not really going to get into the move to Houston only because I only been in Houston a little over a year. In the first year of me being in Houston, I wasn't even here. I was traveling the whole year. So I don't think it's fair to really give my input on Houston when I haven't really given it a try yet. I hope this video either gave you the courage or gave you all the answers to making that big move to a new state. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing y'all again next week. All right, bye.
A baddie on whatever. A baddie on whatever.